So if you've been dealing with reoccurring hamstring pulls, and no matter what you do, no matter how many PT exercises you do, no matter how many massages you do, you just, every time you go out in the field to sprint or to run or jump, the hamstring just pulls again. We're going to show you a step-by-step process of how I fix clients within a 4-week period so that on week 5 and 6, they're able to go back in and start sprinting again without pulling their hamstring. This is one of my clients that I've had for a number of years when he's younger. I haven't seen him in over a year. He popped his hamstring. Why don't you just talk about the process?
Yeah, I mean, I've been playing baseball and I got a hit. I was running out of the box and I overextended my leg and it popped twice.
And how long ago was that?
This was in October.
October, and now you just pulled it again.
Yeah,
recently.
after doing PT, and now I first week back of practice for our spring season, and it went again.
So you've been dealing with like this for almost 5 months now?
Yeah, it's been very annoying.
All right, so I'm going to show you the process of what we're going to go through with him in order to fix this. All right. So a lot of times when the client has a lot of pressure on their hamstrings, it's going to be because of the glute medius and minimus. The glute medius and minimus, this is your hip extension. This is your main stabilizer whenever you hip extend. So we're going to be working through here. A lot of people think that they're training that muscle when they're just doing like band hip walks or, lay on your side, do this. What we have is very specific, so we can get in deep into these muscles, really strengthen it, and that's going to take all the pressure off the hamstring. Everyone thinks that, oh, I pulled my hamstring, I need to get my hamstring stronger. The hamstring is the strength. That's the thing that's been overworked because it doesn't have support from the weakness in the chain. All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to take his legs, get off of your elbow, your forearm. Yeah, just lay onto your side. Yeah, lay onto your shoulder, yeah. So we're going to take his legs, okay? We're going to bend him up just a quarter of the way here so his heels are in line with his butt. And then we're going to take this pad, just get a towel, something around 2 inches thick. We're going to put that right here, and I'm going to put his calf here. I'm going to have him drop his knee to the floor. And this establishes hip angle. And if you want to get it from behind, babe, just so they can see that. Like this, you see how this heel's in line? And now I'm going to push his hip forward. I'm going to have a little hip angle. I'm going to put this right on top. Go grab that, brother. And now, just lift your knee up and don't let the hip move. Right to there. You feel that? There. So his goal is to feel it right into this medius here. Like if you squeeze your butt cheeks together and there's that little dimple, you want to feel in the half moon shape, right through here. Yeah, just go. So right now, this is where his connection. If he goes up any higher, you start losing it. Go ahead, go up high. Where do you? Right there. So he lost it. He's losing that glute spot, so he's got to go there. But his goal is going to be to get all the way up to here, but he's not ready yet. Okay, let's do the other side. All right, so first thing is let's get the setup, all right? So what he wants to do is, you want to pretend like when you're doing this, like you're taking your leg back behind you. Yeah, so grab this here like this. See how you can't get in?
Yeah.
Yes. There we go. Now he's good. I would say you can move a little bit right there. Now, we're going to take this pad. We're going to put it underneath his knee. The reason we're doing that is because then it creates more stretch. I'm going to take this weight. You can put an ankle weight. I like putting an ankle weight down below, but we'll just show you with this weight here. Now I'm going to move his hips over so they're square. And now up, right to there, back down. Really focus on the down on this. We're trying to get into the minimum. It's going to feel in the exact same spot as this one with the pad, but deeper. So on this left side here, he can't come and drop all the way down because his hip moves and he loses the spot. So he's going to just stay up a little bit higher on this side, and eventually he's going to want to drop it down. But this is just, for him on this side, this is where he really feels it the most. Okay? Yeah. So you just feel it all through your adductor chain? Yeah. Now some people, if they start out with this exercise, they start feeling on their hip flexor. All right? So when you're doing this, if the client feels it, put it down as low as you can, open it up. Yeah, there you go. If the client feels it through their hip flexor, then move back just a little farther. You can move them back farther. So again, the adductors are part of hip extension. They're stabilizers. So we want to train both the outside abductors and the adductors, and that's what's going to create the support for the hamstring. Again, I'm not going to touch his hamstring till he passes this right here, 20 pounds. He can keep his hip in this position here. He can keep his hip here, and he can get up, okay, about a fist above here with 8-10 pounds. There's no issues. Then I know he's ready to load his hamstring. So thanks for watching, and put some comments in below about some of the experiences that you're going through and some of your thoughts on these exercises. All right, so now we got his hips are angled down, and we're going to see if he feels it in the glute. This is 9 pounds. Go ahead. And see how he's above his hip line now? And you feel it only here. No compensations anywhere else other than this half moon shape. So you're just feeling in that side dimple right through. That's how I know he's ready. Look at that. So he passes this test, okay? There's another exercise we're going to move on to, but this is the major factor for him. And this is the side that the hamstring's on. So he's ready now to do hamstring exercise and put load onto it. So this is actually, I mean, this is actually his weaker side. And I always believe that the pelvis will shift and rotate. So this is his weaker glute. I think it rotates and it puts more pressure then onto his right leg, because his right glute is stronger than his left. That being said, they still were very weak to start, but this is still the weaker side. If you notice, it's much harder for him to get up on this side, but still pretty damn good. I mean, that's improved a lot, but that's my point, is you got to balance both hips out. All right, so these is clam ups. So when the client passes this one here that he was doing, and you know they pass that test there, then we go to this one. So what he's going to do is he's going to take his foot, he's going to go a couple inches up from his ankle. He's going to lean his hips forward a little bit. Grab this dumbbell here too. This is good to hold like this. Okay, I'm going to make sure his hips don't move. Now just like clam your leg up like that. Clam it up like a clamshell, but let your foot lift off. Right there, hold that. So I'm just going to have him hold and understand this position. That looks good. You feel the glute firing? Just hold that. Keep that hip. Feel it? It's crushing it. Okay, back down, and now up, lead with the knee, you see, and the hip goes forward. Back down, up, lead with the knee, and the hip goes forward. So this is a little too much weight for him. I would say for him to start, we would just go no weight, but the goal is to use like 7 pounds where there's no issues. And now he's gonna be able to control it. Yep, back down, lead with the knee. There it is, you feel that? That's a perfect weight load for him to start. This is 20 pounds. As long as he's not feeling any compensations and we're making sure these hips aren't moving, you have no issues with that. So what we're going to do is, this shouldn't be a problem for him either. This is another test. Go ahead, put this here. Grab that weight right there. So now we're just going to add a little bit of rotation element and see how that feels.
Yeah, I still feel it in mine.
Still feel fine? So, but this is basically now, his glutes are ready for his hamstring now to take some force and some pressure. So these are the main 2 tests. Now let's go into the hamstring. So the pain's really on the outside of his hamstring. So I want to train the membranosus. I want to train the inside. So what we're going to do is, see how he makes a triangle shape? He's going to keep his knees like an inch apart. There's no pressure on the hamstring right now. In fact, when you do this, it feels like it takes pressure off of it. So this is going to get more of the medial rotator of the hamstring, the membranosus. And he's tucking and he's squeezing. He keeps his head up and he's trying to keep that line right there. You feel that? Now watch. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take your legs. We're just going to open and train track this way. And now what I want you to do is 60-40. If there's too much pressure on the hamstring, go right back to the double leg. Go ahead. So he's just train tracking over, and he's tucking and he's squeezing his glute. And when he squeezes his glute, then he can squeeze harder into the hamstring and really isolate it. So that's what we're doing here. I'm going to start testing his hamstring ability. So now all we're doing is we're taking that same exercise. Now we do single leg. And all he's been doing is just doing those skiers that you saw and just building those up, last week. But his hamstrings have always been strong. So it's not like it's hard for him to get to this point. He just had too much pain. But now there's no pain, right? Okay. So he's got this test also passed. This is, if you remember, on week 3, I showed that we were working to this. He's trying to work up to 5. And then we also now kick that back behind. And now he's able to do this one too. all with 5 pounds. And these are my 2 main glute medius tests here that we're gonna do. Good, bend over, bend. Good. Just want you to see the back angle, okay? So he's got to really, right there. That's where you can get confident and not hurt it. No pain, right? Okay, go down a little lower. Not with your knee, with your back. Right there, hold that. Feel your glute working, and then push that knee out there. If you feel your hamstring, you're going down too low. I only want you to feel, he only wants to,
I feel it in my like glute.
yeah, you just want to feel all glute with this, right on the side dimple. Here, you don't want to feel it up high here. He's advanced, he's been through our system. Go ahead. Down, good, and up. Down, and up. I want this leg here to kind of cross into the center line of the body. There you go. And you see look at how far his knee out over the ankle. It's out that way, that's the key. You could just go straight down. Yeah, just straight down with this. Yep. You don't have to twist so much. Yep. So look, when you're running here, he's just got to find a pace he's not going to get hurt at, okay? We're gonna build him up every week a little bit, where he's going faster. But right now, we just got to get his confidence. So find a pace you're not going to get hurt at. That's where you're starting at. Whatever that is, I don't care. But just don't get hurt. Now, could he go full out right now and not get hurt? There's a chance, but we don't want to take that risk right now. We just want to get his confidence and get him feeling like he's not going to get hurt. I'd say keep going. Just get your. Don't go too fast. Just stay around like right there. Just stay like 75-80% right now. Don't kill yourself. I want you to get. And you're only going to run twice this week.
So I just finished my program here at Excel with Zach, and I was just doing sprint work, and it's seriously the first time in like 5 months that I could actually free sprint without any pain.
Good.
Zach, are you
Pretty
happy?
legit, right? What's that?
Zach wants to get the beer. The
Now I get a
winning
beer for celebration.
Every client, 1 beer. He's gonna
One
be
beer
drunk.
per fix.